Check, 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 check. I think that's good, right? Let me know if y'all can hear me, man. Let me know if it sounds good. Let me know if everything look good, everything sounds good. Let me know, people. Um, Welcome back. Yo, my brother Chris is in the building, bright and early. My brother, shout outs to my brother Michael West in the building. I know it's early, people. I know it's early, but I know I didn't go live yesterday. I didn't get a chance to go live yesterday. I had a lot of things to do. But we're here today, people. All right, we're gonna speak about a couple topics here today. So thank y'all for joining. Um, it is I, Gifted Gamer 204, people. We back at it again, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all smashing that like button as y'all come on in. Let me see. Uh, that sound. Oh, you talking to Mike? Okay, cool. Um, Mike is all. You going to Spain tomorrow? So when I get back, I got 4 games to play. Metal Gear will be first. That's what's up. We gotta drop a bomb for my brother Mike, going all the way to Spain, España. The volume is good. Appreciate that, my brother. Salute to you. But yeah, man, I didn't get to go live yesterday, but we're here today. We're gonna give it like 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, and then we're gonna start off the show. Okay. We got a few topics here. We gotta go over. I want to show y'all a few trailers as well. We got a couple trailers that I need to show y'all. So it might be a pretty lengthy live today here because uh the trailers and the you call it like behind the scenes footage, they're like 13 minutes long or something like that. But I'm gonna leave that towards the back end of the show. All right, I'm gonna start with the news, the beginning, and I'll leave all those like gameplay trailers and things like that towards the end. All right. Appreciate y'all being here. Make sure y'all smashing that like button as y'all come on in. Facts. Y'all rocking with the gifted one here, people. We're gonna give it like 2 minutes and we're gonna start the show, people. Y'all see the thumbnail, y'all see the title. It's going down today, people. All right, it's going down today, people. It is unbelievable what's happening out here with Sony. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. I can't believe it. Yo, bro, if you would have by the way, I got a 1 year anniversary for my channel. Okay, we officially made 1 year. I started making content back in August 13th, I believe it was. So we got a 1 year anniversary, all right? Can we drop a bomb for that, please?
Finish him.
Thank y'all so much. But yeah, man. What was I saying? Yeah, if you would have asked, yo, bro, if you would have asked me this a year ago that we will be in this state, bro, I would have told you no, no way, no way, no way, no how. But it's crazy, man. It's crazy, bro. But we're gonna talk about it, man. Make sure y'all voting on that poll as well. All right, as y'all come on in, make sure you vote, cause I want to see what the final result is at the end of the show. Okay, so make sure y'all go ahead and vote on that. Congrats, y'all. Appreciate you, my brother. Yes, sir. Volume is good. Yes, sir. My brother Mike is here. Valor Ortiz looking good. Yeah, that's the one I was telling y'all about. That's the first person, what you call it, Souls-like game. I haven't even checked out that content. I haven't checked it out yet. But yeah, those are the people that made what you call it, Blade Runner, I believe it's called. Those are the same people. So let's get into this, all right? Let's get into this real quick. Make sure y'all smashing the like button, subscribe to the channel, share out the stream. I forgot to share out the stream. Hold up. My bad, y'all. Hold up. Forgot to share out the stream. Gonna get into it right now, people. Share this out. So, bang, bang. There. All right, we lit, people. Let's get into it, bro. Let's get into it. Yo, Mike, I appreciate you, my brother. Um, so here we go. So today marks the 1 year anniversary of Concord, ladies and gentlemen. Can we drop a bomb for Concord, please? Here we go, people. So this is over at Forbes.com. Shout out to Paul Tassi, man. He wrote this article here. We're gonna have to take a look at this here. He says here, a year ago, Concord had the worst video game launch of all time. Of all time, people. Don't get it twisted. It was just one of the few bad launches here and there. No. It is now set in stone. The worst launch of all time belongs to Sony, to PlayStation. Think about that. Let's get into this here, okay? Let me pick this up so y'all can see it. Right there. All right? Okay. He says here, has it been a year already? It has. As PlayStation released its hero shooter Concord on August 23rd, 2024, and now here we are reflecting on what I think you could explicitly declare the worst video game release of all time. Not the worst game of all time, perhaps, though it was very bad, but an unprecedented failure of a launch the industry had never seen before and may not see again. The vibes were off from Concord from the start, with its Guardian of the Galaxy adjacent tone and its off-putting aesthetic, including most bizarre character designs. Perhaps the biggest disappointment was the reveal that the new studio Firewalk had made just another live service hero shooter, one that had mapped out release plans ages into the future. Concord shut down completely 2 weeks ago. Refunds were issued globally. While there was some initial talk about perhaps a free-to-play revival, that did not happen. The game simply ceased to exist after 2 weeks. The studio was closed a short while later. Okay? The player count was historically bad. While Concord was likely not going to meet Sony's expectations, alarms went off when its free open beta only netted a few thousand concurrent players on Steam. The $40 release ended up failing to hit even 700 concurrent players on launch day. For context, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, the $200 million losing Warner Brother game, had 13,000 players at launch. Bro, Concord couldn't even hit 700 players, bro. The 2-week shutdown is bad enough, but what makes this worse than the historic dumping copies of the ET game in a landfill story is just how much was invested in this. Firewalk started development around 2018, and the studio was bought by Sony in 2023 as part of its live service push. The game was previewed in April 2023 for the first time, and there were reports that Sony saw it as a tentpole IP going forward for its brand. That now, of course, raises significant questions about their executive judgment. The cost of development was staggering. Reports range from $200 million to upward of a reported $400 million by the time PlayStation actually released it. The years, the money, the total undeserved confidence, the player count, the complete destruction of the game in 2 weeks, there's just nothing that compares to it. Since Concord, things have not exactly been looking up more generally for Sony's live service ambitions. The director of Fair Games, a heist shooter, Jade Raymond, just left the project, and it's not clear it will ever come out at all. Bungie's Destiny 2 just released an expansion that put up a third of the numbers of its previous one, and will now have to be content with a much lower player count going forward as it drastically reduces its content production. Also at Bungie, there's the in-development Marathon, Sony's biggest new live service project. After a bad gameplay reveal, an underwhelming alpha, and a full-on plagiarism scandal, Marathon has been delayed out of this fall with no new firm date set, and Bungie going dark about a hero-based extraction shooter which must overcome a somewhat ill-conceived core concept. Critics have already compared it to Concord, and while there's no way it hits that low watermark, things are not looking amazing. This is the final here. There are probably too many lessons to learn from Concord to count. Don't take the 7 year. Don't take 7 year to trend chase. Don't blow up your budget to a nonsensical degree. Don't rely on an aesthetic that most people can easily see is awful. Don't think you can charge $40 for all of the above in an extremely challenging, mostly free-to-play market. But no, there has been nothing quite like what happened here. I genuinely believe Concord is the worst video game disaster of all time, ladies and gentlemen. Can we drop a bomb for this article, please?
Finish him.
This is ridiculous, people. This is the state that we're in when it comes to PlayStation, Sony PlayStation. We have no direction right now. We don't know what this company is doing. We don't know. And I'm going to show you more in just a little bit because it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. Okay? This is just the 1 year anniversary of Concord, which is the worst launch of all time. And Paul Tassi just happened to make this article here. Dropping today. Okay? So, listen, man. This is ridiculous. We don't know where this company is headed. They don't tell us anything. Okay? They don't show us anything. A bunch of their studios have gone dark, and we haven't heard anything. And the audacity of these people that they keep poking Insomniac to show the Marvel's Wolverine, when that should be the least of your concerns, bro. Insomniac already did what they had to do this generation. So there's this, right? This whole thing with Concord, Bungie, and all that, right? We're gonna get into all that. Check this out right here. Okay, check this out. PlayStation has now canceled 2 times as many games as Xbox this generation. But you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't believe it, right? Because the cancellation of an Xbox game goes so far, right? It gets blown out of, it just blows up, right? When you hear cancellation, because all the bad things that Xbox has done, right? I am not, trying to say that Xbox is a better company and things like that. No, but it's just the fact that Xbox has been so bad, that let's say when they cancel a game, it gets blown up, right, on social media. But check this out. Let me show you this real quick. So both PlayStation and Xbox, there you go. So both PlayStation and Xbox has seen their fair share of layoffs recently. The latter most recently let go of thousands of developers, while PlayStation has had bursts of layoffs and studio closures since its major job cuts in early 2024. This also means that various games have been canceled by both gaming giants this generation, but PlayStation is in the lead so far. The former has canceled twice as many games as Xbox. Why it matters. Xbox's cancellations have drawn a lot of criticism over the past month, but the gaming giant's track record is not as bad as it may initially seem. Okay? Many of PlayStation's cancellations are directly related to its failing live service ambitions, but the gaming giant has also canceled a few single-player projects. These cancellations span across major studios like Bungie, Bend, Naughty Dog, and Blue Point Games. Meanwhile, partner studios like Deviation Games were also impacted by the job cuts and abandoned projects. The following are games that PlayStation has canceled since the beginning of this generation. Okay? You got Last of Us Factions, Payback from Bungie, Twisted Metal, the new IP from Deviation, the new IP from London Studio, the Spider-Man multiplayer game, the God of War live service game, the Bend Studio live service game, Days Gone 2, and Bend and Naughty Dog partner project expected to be Uncharted 5. which there was a report also as well that Ben Studio was the one leading charge in that next Uncharted Naughty Dog game, which was supposed to be Uncharted 5. We don't know what's happening. Are they still working on that? We don't know, right? Naughty Dog is supposedly working on a secret project, right? Because these people don't know how to talk. All they want to do is secret. Oh, I can't talk. I can't tell you nothing about that. Why not? What the hell's going on here with these people? Why everything is so in secrecy? We can't know anything. I'm sick and tired of these people, bro. Everything is done in secret. Oh, I can't talk. I can't show you anything. I can't go too deep into the. You haven't shared anything. These people make me sick, bro. Herman Host, Nishino, Totoki, all of them. Corey Borlaug, all of them. Corey Borlaug is walking around here. He acting like he's Neil Druckmann. Newsflash, Corey, if you're watching, you're not Neil Druckmann, my brother. You still got a lot to show. You got a lot to prove. Your name is not up there yet, okay? I already told y'all what happened with God of War 2018. It was a complete mess before Yoshi, the OG, that they pushed out the company, tapped him on his shoulder and said, yo, my boy, you got to rework that whole entire game. That shit is trash. Okay? So you got a lot to prove. And the fact that you think you had honcho out here, we going to see when you show that game. Anyways, the reports of the last two projects have recently surfaced from a Ben Studio developer's LinkedIn profile. As per his portfolio, the studio canceled a total of 3 games after it launched Days Gone, one of which was the sequel to this title. Over on the Xbox side, okay, most of the cancellations are quite recent. In addition to Blizzard's Odyssey, which was canceled shortly after Microsoft completed its purchase of Activision Blizzard, the gaming giant has canceled 4 other games. The full list is mentioned below. Perfect Dark, which was the most recent one, or Contraband. Was it one of these two? Perfect Dark, Contraband, Everwild, the unannounced MMORPG from ZeniMax, and the Odyssey from Blizzard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it wouldn't seem like it, right? Like, if you just think off the top of your head, it don't seem like it. We just start thinking of all the negativity that Xbox, has done this entire generation. That's all that's gonna stick to you, right? Like your Starfields, your Red Falls, right? Your Hellblade 2s and things like that. But listen, man, the reality is those games came out. See what I'm saying? At the end of the day, 830 frames, or when it was initially released and things like that, that's a problem, right? That's a problem. But at the end of the day, the product came out. See what I'm saying? Redfall is still there. We can still play Redfall today. We can't play Concord today. Like, why couldn't Sony just pull back, right? Pull back and come back with a free-to-play game. Throw it out there. Get everybody their money back. $40, everybody who bought it. Push the Concord out and leave it out there. You don't know. We've seen so many games that launched like trash, right? That's been complete trash at launch. But they stuck with it, right? Stuck with like that space game. What's it called? Not the Outer Wars. I forgot the name. That they did that latest patch, that update, and now it's like everybody's enjoying it. So there's a bunch of games that's done that. So why couldn't Sony do that with Concord, bro? Just pull it back, get it together, push it out again, free to play, and you never know. It could take off. You don't know that, though. But after 2 weeks, you take that back and refund everybody their money and it's done? Like, come on, bro. What the hell we doing here, bro? And that was a project that everybody approved of it, including Yoshi. Yoshi approved of that Concord. It's crazy, bro. So anyways, therefore, PlayStation has 10 cancellations to its name compared to Xbox's 5. As mentioned earlier, both gaming giants have also closed plenty of studios on Xbox side. The likes of Arcane Austin and Tango Gameworks were shut down last year. Meanwhile, PlayStation had close teams like Japan, Pixel Opus, and Firewalk Studios, okay? That's it for this article right here. Okay? Now, let's move on to Death Stranding 2. Because this is also another thing. Check this out, right? Death Stranding 2 launched to excellent reviews in June. And with Hideo Kojima's name back in the title, many expected the game to become an instant success. After all, the original had reached about 16 million players before the sequel arrived. Death Stranding 2 has been out for nearly 2 months, but PlayStation and Kojima Production have remained silent about commercial reception. As it stands, all signs point to a disappointing sales for the title. Why does it matter? Ahead of its release, there was a lot of excitement for Death Stranding 2. PlayStation and Kojima Production also went all out with the marketing. This is something that I'll be talking to y'all about. The game's budget. This game budget could be around 200 to 250 million, right? That's just the game budget. Now you got to separate the marketing budget. Bro, the marketing could add on another 100 million to that. I keep telling y'all, marketing is not cheap, bro. Marketing ain't cheap. Just go look at Super Bowl, what they be charging for you to make a 30-second ad during the Super Bowl. They be paying hundreds of millions of dollars, bro, just for a 30-second clip during the Super Bowl. You go in New York, Times Square, you go look at these billboards up on 42nd Street and things like that. That's money, bro. That doesn't come cheap. Any type of marketing is money, bro. And now you go look at Kojima is doing a world tour. Okay? A world tour. That means you gotta book flights, hotels, prepare things, stadiums that you're renting out for the tour, the music that you bring in, because I believe he's doing some sort of music while he's doing the tour, like of the game, the actual game, and a whole bunch of other stuff, bro. You going on a world tour to promote this game. So think about it. That's a lot of money spent on this game. This ain't cheap. When you play the game, it feels expensive, bro. It ain't cheap. The studio's latest project launched on June 26th, and the game will be 2 months old in just over a week from now. As mentioned earlier, not much has been said about the game from PlayStation till now. Firm and peer analysis previously estimated about 1.3 million sales for the title in June. But the lack of official word suggests that this estimate may have been too generous. Moreover, the sales may have seen a sharp decline in the days that followed the launch week. PlayStation is typically quick to announce sales milestones for its exclusives shortly after the release. For example, PlayStation 5 exclusive like Final Fantasy 16 sold 3 million copies within a week. They were quick to announce that, weren't they? Yes or no? When you see big numbers, put it out there. Let's do it, people. 3 million copies. You see everybody. 3 million copies, though. 3 million copies, though. Spider-Man 2 sold 2.5 million units in the first 24 hours. They wasn't quiet about that one. In 24 hours, 2.5. They weren't quiet about that. Now we got to wait for Matt Piscatella to tell us what it is. Instead of PlayStation bragging like they did with Final Fantasy and Spider-Man 2 off rip, boom, because they get the numbers. I keep telling you. These companies don't got to wait that long to get numbers, to see what they're doing, to see how their product is doing. We got to wait that long. We the consumers. They own the properties. They get all this information, bro. So that's the difference. When you're doing good, you do things like this. Off rip. You do things like this. Get it out there. Yo, get that information out there. 3 millions in a week. Get it out there. Doing good, people. Excuse me. When we doing bad, yo, tone that down a little. We don't need that information. As such, the radio silence raises concerns about Kojima Productions' latest release. Admittedly, Death Stranding 2 is more niche release than the likes of Spider-Man 2 or Final Fantasy, but even smaller PS5 exclusive like Astrobot eventually managed to sell 1.5 million copies in 2 months. As it stands, Death Stranding 2 may mirror Astrobot's commercial performance, but the latter likely had a much smaller production budget. So the same performance will not mean much for Death Stranding 2. That's what people are failing to understand. That's a success for Astrobot, because we know the budget for Astrobot was way less expensive than Death Stranding 2. Ain't no world tours happening, none of that. So that's the article right there. We all know the next game is Fizzin', okay, and OD, right? Let's see how those titles are gonna do when they release. Now that's the latest on Death Stranding 2. We gotta wait for Matt Piscatella to bring out his numbers for us to know how well this game is doing. The game launched in June. We are in August. We should know something by now. The game has 2 months out already, bro. We should know something about the game. We don't know anything. We got to depend on Ampere Analytics to let us know that it sold 1.5 or whatever it was. 1.3. All right? So, by the way, Matt Piscatella releases his chart. I believe it's the 27th. If I'm not mistaken, the 27th of this month. So we will see what that's going to entitle, like, numbers are going to be for this game, okay? Also, I did put out a tweet last night, right? When you look at this, image here, this is the pre-orders for best selling on a PlayStation Store. We got 2 games that came out over 20 years ago. Over Sony's highly anticipated, yo, that game looked fire. You see the combat. See what's going on over here. Oh yeah, we in there. PS5 exclusive. Using state-of-the-art mechanics. Out of the top 10 on Sony's best selling. You got Metal Gear Solid, which we're gonna get into in a couple minutes. And you got Gears of War, the competition once again. Gears of War Reloaded. Ahead of Ghost of Yotei. People don't want to pay for games. I see $100 edition. I see $150 edition. $100, $100, $70, $80, $130, $100, $70. So what we talking about here? The top list games up in here are the more expensive editions of the game, I should say. These people notice all of this. They look at all this information, bro. They look at everything. That's how they're able to retain information and data. This is how they collect information. Not by people yapping their mouth. It's not like that. That's not how this goes. They look at this. They say, this goes to Yotei. This is the new title right here. The successor to Tsushima. How is it out of the top 10? We did a deep dive. We announced it at the State of Play, right? Then later on, we did a fake a gotcha moment at the next State of Play. Then we gave it its own 20-minute presentation deep dive. That did nothing. Then we keep releasing more and more trailers on the PlayStation YouTube channel and all that. We're promoting it a little bit more. We're pushing it. But still, we're not in the top 10. That's what these deep dives and all these things are for. It's supposed to make you go and pre-order it right there as soon as you finish watching. Okay? That's what marketing is for. Deep dives are marketing strategies for us. That's what it's supposed to do. That when you finish, by the time you finish watching it, pick up your phone and be like, I got to pre-order this right now. I can't wait. It's not doing that. But we're going to see when the game comes out. We're going to see when this game comes out how much units is going to move, okay? We're going to see. Anyways, getting back to this here, we're moving on to this right here. Now, I'm not going to read this whole article. I just want to bring this to your attention, okay? I just want to bring this to you. This is the CEO, well, was former CEO of Bungie. This is the man that was out here spending $2 million on the collection of retro cars and all that while the layoffs was happening. This is him, okay? So he is now, as they're saying here, stepping down, okay? Stepping down now. Now, what I've seen is people getting excited, right? Oh, that means Sony's taking over. Oh, we heard Lin Tao in the recent report talking about that they're slowly, integrating Bungie within PlayStation Studios and things like that, right? Lin Tao said that, okay? And fast forward, this news comes out. You see people talking about, PlayStation's taking over. Oh, this is good. I need to remind you that this is not good. I don't understand how people think. I mean, this is ridiculous, bro. I can't take it, bro. Yo, I can't take it. How is this good news? The point was to bring Bungie in for $3.6 billion, by the way, and get Bungie's expertise for their live service push that Jim Ryan was like 12 live service games. They looked over to Bungie. They said, these people know what they're doing. Let's bring them in. They got suckered into a deal. Oh, we're going to remain independent still, though. Yeah, y'all could buy us for $3.6 billion, but we still want to remain independent. This is how, bro, I keep telling y'all, this company don't know what they're doing, bro. This is not the same Sony. It's not the same. So get that out your mind. How you get suckered in by a company like this to tell you, like, they got the upper hand. Like, yeah, but y'all, we don't want to be a part of y'all, though. Y'all could buy us, but we're not trying to be a part of y'all. Like, if PlayStation is a nobody. Like, they haven't been here for 30 plus years now. Sorry about that. Like, if PlayStation hasn't been here for 30 plus years. So, Bungie knew that it was sinking. They knew that PlayStation was desperate at the moment while the whole ABK deal was happening. They knew Sony was desperate. So they knew that in that negotiation, they had the upper hand. And they suckered Sony into purchasing them for $3.6 billion, which has been now one of the worst acquisitions we have seen from this company, if not the worst, because it's gone to waste. You spent $3.6 billion for nothing. PlayStation didn't buy Bungie to integrate them within PlayStation Studios. That was not the point. PlayStation reached out to them because they needed help. So how is now PlayStation going to give their expertise to Bungie when the whole acquisition was, the point was for Bungie to give them the help in live service games? Bro, this makes no sense, bro. But you know what the thing is? that people just want to praise PlayStation. That's the whole thing about this. The people who are excited that this is actually happening are people who just want to praise PlayStation. Like if PlayStation got everything under control. Newsflash, PlayStation don't have everything under control. I've been bringing to you so up-to-date news as things happen. I've been bringing it to you. Bro, I could go back, bro. This is not the same company anymore. Hold on. This is not the same company anymore. So, I just wanted to bring this one to your attention to let you know that this is not good. By them integrating Bungie within PlayStation Studios, that's not good news. That means they just spent $3.6 billion for nothing. So when you hear people trying to praise that's actually happening, that's fanboy talk. Just in case you didn't know. That's fanboy talk. This was not supposed to be happening, okay? Think about it like that. That is not supposed to be happening. This is unbelievable, bro. Anyways, let's move on to the elephant in the room here, which is Metal Gear Solid Delta. Okay? So supposedly the PS5 Pro performance is worse than the base PS5 performance. While they're saying here, the game apparently struggles to hit 60 frames, particularly on the PS5 and PS5 Pro, and surprisingly, the Pro version runs worse than the base PS5 version in some aspects. Okay? And this is according to Digital Foundry, by the way. Digital Foundry has published a detailed tech analysis on YouTube, which shows that Konami didn't optimize Metal Gear Solid Delta to run at a locked 60 frames per second. On both the PS5 and PS5 Pro, the outlet found that the game wavers between 40 and 60, even dipping to 30 frames in some areas. The tech analysis further found that Metal Gear Solid Delta's PS5 Pro performance in the frame rate department is often coming out worse in comparison. You got a bunch of people on Reddit. Do not buy this at launch. It can't hold 60 frames on a Pro, and it's around 720p. UE5 continues to be a bane on the video game industry, wrote another. Only hyper realism and bad frame rate. Okay. What's this? Here's hoping Sony works with Konami to improve. Okay, what? Anyways, so this is the elephant in the room that's going on right now. As you know, I went to the New York City event that they had for the Metal Gear, right? I was there. I attended it. I played the game. Now, I didn't play most of the game, but I played a good portion. I played about 45 minutes, right? Which was the beginning of the game. And I played it on the PS5 Pro. Had two options. You had the PS5 Pro and you had the Xbox Series X. You could choose whichever console you want to play on. I chose, of course, the PS5 Pro. I went into the menus while I was there. It didn't let me, pick like between Performance Pro or whatever, right? Like Quality Pro, whatever. It didn't let me do any of that. And by the way, this game is PS5 Pro enhanced, right? By the way, that's what it says in the PlayStation. So yeah, I played the game and I didn't have any issues. I'm telling you, bro, I played it and I didn't have any issues. Also, all the rest of the people that were there, I told you I spoke to like two of them. Because I'm new to the series, right? So what I was telling y'all before, I'm new to the series. So I wanted to see how they felt about the game. So whatever, outside when we wrapped up, when we went upstairs or whatever, I was like, oh, I liked it, whatever. These are experienced Metal Gear Solid players, okay? They said it, that they were impressed. They liked it. They liked how it looked visually. We didn't see no stuttering, no frame rate dropping and things like that. I didn't get no frame rate drops. I didn't get none of that. I'm playing on the Pro. So they said that it's everything that they expected the game to be. And they're satisfied and they couldn't wait for the game to come out. That's all I could go by because that's what we experienced while we were there. I can't go by what Digital Foundry they must have experienced something else. But what we experienced, that's all I could go by. That's the only information that I got for you when I went hands-on with the game. I'm not going to sit here and lie about the game. This is not, I'm new to this. This is not like a beloved franchise that is near to my heart that I got to try to protect. Like, yo, nah, go buy it. Go buy it. It's Metal Gear. I'm new to the franchise. You might get that from your, people that grew up with Metal Gear and might want to, be a little biased to the franchise and might want to feel the need to protect it a little bit. Like, you know how it is. We all biased when it comes to certain things, and that's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm coming to you from a newbie. I'm like a fresh start right here. And I'm telling you that I did not experience all them frame drops and looking 720p and things like that. I was just enjoying the game, bro. I was just enjoying the game. This is Digital Foundry's joint, right? I'm not going to play all of it, but I'm going to just try to skim through it because I saw something yesterday. They mentioned something about Blue Point here, and I want to hear what they got to say. And after this, I'm going to show you raw footage, authentic footage of somebody playing Metal Gear Solid on a PS5. Okay? And we're going to compare and see if you noticing some of the things that Digital Foundry is saying that the game is, okay? So let's go here. Let's go here.
Let's go straight to the base PS5 mode comparisons before we get to the Pro situation. In terms of pixel counts, base PS5's performance mode runs at between 720p to 1080p.
Now you look at this. This is what, the base PS5? Okay, let's keep going, right? 30 frames on quality. Performance 60, running from anywhere from 720 to 1080p.
While the quality mode ranges between 1080p to 1584p. Surprisingly higher than the...
This is a UE5 title, okay? We all know how UE5 does. But 720p on a next-gen console's PS5?
1440p peak suggested in the menus. In both cases, this reconstructs to a 4K final frame. Looking through the licenses page in Delta's menus on PS5, there's also actually a mention of AMD's FSR3 upscaler halfway down the page, though it's very...
Hold on.
A 4K final frame. Looking through the licenses page in Delta's menu.
Blue Point Games. Permission is hereby granted. Free of charge. Any person obtaining a copy of this software and associated documentation files the software to skill software without restriction, including without limitation, rights to use, copy, modify, merge, publish, distribute, sub-license, and or sell copies to the software. This is not saying anything so they got a license to Blue Point Game HD Remastered. So Sony Interactive Inc. developed by Team Asobi. Astrobot is a trademark of Sony Interactive. Oh, by the way, that's what you call it. Another thing, right? Which they just spoiled it here, by the way. That Astrobot is in the game. I'm just saying, why is Astrobot in this game? Whatever, right? Let's stick to this. Blue Point did some sort of work on this game. So how is it that this game is running as bad as they're saying that it is? This is what I'm telling you. My version, I did not have an issue at all.
Menus on PS5.
At all. Let me see if they say anything else here. Oh, this is all copyright stuff. But we can see that Blue Point worked on this game.
There's also actually a mention of AMD's FSR3 upscaler halfway down the page,
Okay.
though it's very possible that this is only in reference to
Let's
the PC
keep going, 'cause
release.
this is PS5.
Either way, clearly, the
Okay.
PS5 Pro, we retain all the base PS5 quality mode enhancements in object LODs, the improved shadow LODs, and the upgraded GI. Curiously, switching between Pro and base PS5's quality mode, there's a further difference to the GI setting on the newer mid-gen refresh
The
console.
Pro look better then.
Ambient
What they
occlusion,
talking
shading
about?
beneath plants on PS5 Pro is often thicker. In other words, all of the quality mode upgrades are here, combined with the performance mode's 60 FPS target, making it, in theory, a best
looks
of both
quite the
worlds
same.
solution. Perhaps the more radical change, though, is that PS5 Pro switches to Sony's PSSR upscaler, where, based on the PlayStation blog last year, the promise is that PSSR helps Pro to a smoother frame rate overall.
Okay. Metal Gear Solid Delta, the innovative PSSR technology allows for the trees and the lush vegetation of the game's iconic jungle terrain to become more vivid and enhances the sense of realism of infiltrating through a natural environment. Additionally, we are able to deliver a smoother gameplay experience with better frame rates throughout the entire game.
Konami adjusts the native resolution as well, now putting PS5 Pro at a dynamic 756p to 1152p. So on paper, that's at least an upgrade on base PS5's performance mode, while falling short of the quality mode in raw pixels pushed. Still, you'd hope the PSSR factor, the hardware accelerated AI upscaling, might help to bridge the gap in clarity. To an extent, it is a benefit, but sadly, PSSR also introduces its own issues in the process. On the positive side first, in motion, PS5 Pro has an advantage next to both modes on base PS5. Note Snake's beard and hair in this looping shot, where PSSR more adeptly cleans up the coarse, flickering artifacts as he turns.
Okay.
Likewise, and notably when compared to the 60 FPS performance mode, PS5 Pro's method is better at dealing with occlusion artifacts, as an object obscures geometry for a few frames. Repeating the test over and over, the result is less flickering on busy mesh patterns, creating a more stable image with PSSR.
Okay. So what's the issue? So what's the problem here?
On to the downsides next for PS5 Pro. Point number one is that often you'll notice that PSSR appears to resolve details to a lower resolution overall. Zooming in by 4 times on a still moment, distant details like grass resolve to a crisper result via base PS5 scaling method, surprisingly, even on the performance mode. Partly this is the upscaling method, but there's also the raw resolution metrics to consider, which are on average lower on PS5 Pro before the upscale even begins. So I put this to the test. For example, this early shot overlooking the jungle ahead puts base PS5's performance mode at 864p in this exact frame, the quality mode at 1412p, and then PS5 Pro trails behind at 756p in this moment. In other words, PS5 Pro has less pixel data to work with it often running at the lowest 756p value of its DRS range. So it's a win in motion for PS5 Pro, with a smarter handling of occlusion artifacts and swaying grass.
Bro, this is nitpicking
but if
right
left
here.
to settle, the resolved,
This is
reconstructed
nitpicking, bro.
image on PS5 Pro seems to struggle.
You telling me that don't look good? What are we doing here? That's nitpicking. What the hell are we talking about?
To match the clarity of base PS5.
What's going on here?
The final point is perhaps the most frustrating, that
Look at how it
PSSR
looks
doesn't
when you're in
always
motion.
properly denoise the image. We've
See
seen this
that?
before in the likes of Silent Hill 2 Remake
See
at
how
the
good that
PS5
looks?
Pro's launch. The result in MGS Delta's case is that there's an increase in shimmer all round on global illumination around interiors, with shading on walls flickering more so than base PS5. To be clear, both PS5 machines have an obvious issue with GI flickering around the lab complex a few hours in. This is without doubt a weak point for Delta's delivery on PS5 and does need addressing. But
you see, the thing here is that they're nitpicking, bro. These are things that you're not even gonna pay attention to. Like that little flickering that he's talking about. The little flickering that he talking about here, look.
flickering around the lab
What?
complex a few hours in. This
So what, bro? So what? So what? What is that doing to you? Is that gonna hurt? Is that hurting your eyes? Like, oh, it's too much flickering. Make it stop. Like, bro, what are we talking about, bro? It doesn't matter. You're not gonna pay attention to that. When he was in the jungle, once he's pressed play and it just ran like regular gameplay without stopping, looking into the field, that right there, that image, it's 860p, this and that and the third. Without doing all that, when you just press play and you ain't going through the jungle, going through the game, you're not gonna notice none of that. At least I didn't. We were all enjoying the game. We were there like, this look good to me. This is running good to me. What's the issue here? Anyways, let's see this frame rate test here that they got going on here, okay? Let's see this here.
MGS Delta's performance is also a disappointment. The performance mode on base PS5 targets 60 FPS, and the outlook is reasonable to start at least. Snake's initial landing area on the Virtuous mission, the Crocodile Swamp, and a late bridge section all run at between 48 to 60 FPS, with frame rates more often resting at the upper end of that range. In other words, it's ideal VRR material for those with displays supporting that technology, and with VRR active, you should get a perceptually smooth experience. This all changes, however, once you hit Razvet, the early compound filled with Ocelot's guards. The high enemy count here, plus those explosive barrels, all conspire to tank that frame rate during combat, and we're more realistically operating at between 30 to 50 FPS. I've taken the more run and gun approach in this case, but even sticking to stealth, this does sadly fall outside the VRR window on PS5. The other performance hotspot, it seems, relates to swimming underwater. Later swamp areas and a boss battle with the Pain all run reasonably well at 50 to 60 FPS up and
that's looking ugly. Look how ugly that looks, right? But this is supposed to be the whole point of the PS5 Pro. Okay, this is supposed to be the selling point of the Pro. Now, if the Pro is not doing what they told us that it was gonna do, then it's a problem. Because now it's supposed to take this and use the PSSR, which is an upscaler. It's not a frame generator. It doesn't generate frames. All it's doing is upscaling the image, okay, with the PSSR. So it's supposed to alleviate some of that workload off the machine, so you could boost up the frame, so the machine could now just focus on the frame rate of the game, while the PSSR is focusing on the image of the game. Now, if it's not doing that, then we got an issue with the PS5 Pro. Because then what is it there for? What is the whole sense of the PSSR? If that's what you're telling us that it's supposed to be doing.
Until you dive beneath the water surface, in which case the reading tanks to 40 FPS and even just under. MGS Delta on base PS5 has a serious range in performance then, and there are action-heavy segments where you'll spend more time under 60 FPS than at the mark. As an aside, John and Rich have seen the Xbox Series X build at Gamescom, and while we can only provide limited impressions going by eye, it does seem Series X has similar performance issues to PS5 in targeting 60.
Still base. It's still base.
Base PS5's 30 FPS quality mode is up next, and there's an issue here too. Firstly, and obviously, the 30 FPS cap here runs with uneven frame pacing, which adds judder to motion. The game's motion blur setting helps to an extent, but it's simply not ideal. Compounding this issue is the fact that there are genuine drops beneath 30 FPS at stress points, like the sight of exploding barrels or diving underwater. So, despite the improved visual settings on base PS5's quality mode and running at a clearly higher resolution on average, of frames.
Yeah, 30 frames. That's what the base PS5 does.
Course,
you want quality
by having
mode?
Only one means. Moving on to PS5
30
Pro,
frames.
matters are made simpler, of course, by having only one means of playing the game at 60 FPS. Cutscenes, in this case, run entirely uncapped to 60 FPS,
bro,
which on the plus side
Look how good that looks.
Means no uneven frame pacing at 30, but on the downside, they're often way off the mark with a range of 40 to 60 FPS. The other surprise is that PS5 Pro's frame rate in actual gameplay is on average lower than base PS5's performance mode. The initial landing area immediately shows dips under 60 for example, whereas there are none on base PS5, and the divide only widens from that point. As we progress to the swamp and then later the bridge, it's more of a challenge for VRR to engage properly with fewer frames, and certainly so once we get to combat in RazVet at 30 to 60 FPS. For perspective, in comparing the two PS5 machines directly with a matched route, the base model is enjoying up to a plus 7 FPS advantage over Pro hardware. Every segment of the jungle, it seems, takes preference to the lower LOD and GI settings of base PS5's performance mode.
Okay, so you see, that means that the Pro is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. That's all it means. Because you're supposed to be we supposed to be getting a locked 60 with the Pro, because they're selling to us PSSR, and it's doing what I just told you, and it's not doing it. So what's going on here? I thought the Pro was supposed to be doing all that. I thought the PSSR was supposed to be taking care of that. So what is going on here? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy to me. And this is why I be saying, like, bro, a lot of y'all don't like to hear it, but it's just like, bro, I'm getting this game for PC. All right? I'm gonna get it on my PC, and I'm gonna live stream the game, and we're gonna see how it's gonna be running and things like that, how it's gonna look and things like that. Okay? But listen, if you're worried about this as the reason why you're not getting this game, because it's dropping from whatever, right? Even if you got a base PS5, you're running at 60 frames basically. If you're worried that it's dropping to like 55 frames through here at 52 or whatever, then it goes back up to 60, like, bro, this is what Digital Foundry, this is what they're supposed to do, because this is their job at the end of the day, right? They're supposed to be the experts. But when you just playing the game, bro, unless the game is broken, like Mind's Eye or something like that, then we got a problem. But if you talking about, oh, it's going to drop some frames here, this and that, or we go to a whole area that it drops from 60 to 30 and it's just like stuttering when you get to a whole area, that's something else. But by the looks of it, they're just talking about, a couple frame drops here. When it explodes, it goes into 30, but it shoots back up to 55 and 60 right after the explosion ends. If you looking at that to take away, the experience that you're gonna have, the nostalgia that you're gonna have by playing this game, a lot of y'all grew up, playing Metal Gear Solid, then listen, man, it is what it is. But don't just sit here and look at Digital Foundry like it's the end-all be-all, bro. They're just doing their job, which is going frame by frame, using all the tools that they got on their piece and breaking things down and things like that. That's what they're supposed to do, bro. That's their job.
Plus, it's low.
Shout outs to my brother Michael West in the building. My bad, y'all. Shout outs to my brother Michael West dropping that firebomb up in. What's going on, my brother? Or they didn't optimize the Pro, or could it be before the day one patch? It's PS5 Pro enhanced. I was looking at the PlayStation Store, and I clicked on the game, and it has the badge, PS5 Pro enhanced. Okay, there. So I don't know what it is. Again, Blue Point worked on the game. We saw them in the credits. So Blue Point is there. I don't know what type of work they did on the game. Who knows, right? Is AMD's FSR3 also there? What did they do? I don't know. See what I'm saying? Like, so maybe they come out with a day one patch. I haven't heard anything about that yet. But listen, man. Even if it's not this is what I'm trying to say. Like, even if it's not optimized, The PS5 Pro, the whole purpose of the PSSR is to do that for you. Oh, you didn't optimize the game good enough? It's cool. We got PSSR. What it's gonna do? What that image looking like? 1080p PSSR. I'm bringing that up to at least 4K. And it's telling the machine, you go handle the frame rates. Don't worry about it. I'm boosting up this image from here to here. You focus on that. But it's not doing it. So that's supposed to be the selling point of this hard piece of hardware. It's not doing it. See what I'm saying? That's like when I get it for the PC and I start using my DLSS. It's supposed to do the same thing. Now we're gonna see when I get the game and I run it and I live stream it. We're gonna see how it's gonna look and how it's gonna run. Hopefully it allows me to put up I gotta look for a program because I still don't know how to do that. Like when I use the NVIDIA one to show me the frame rates at the top, sometimes it says that it's not available. So I gotta look for like that program that everybody uses, that it has it like at the top left, so it could appear on screen, so I could show it to y'all. But I'm gonna try to find it. All right. So let's see. Yo, Lunchi, what's good? Jenna Hayes in the building. What's going on, y'all? Let me see. What up? What's good, my brother? You also said when you played it at the event, you didn't see the issues. I didn't see no issues. So this is what I'm saying. Like all this that they're doing is that they're nitpicking, which is their job. That's their job at the end of the day, bro. You can't take that away from them because they can't make a video and say, you know, everything is good. Every game is 100. Like it's locked at 60. Don't worry about the frame rates because when you're playing, you're not gonna notice it and things like that. They can't do that because then that defeats the whole purpose of what their job is. You see what I'm saying? Their job is to nitpick, to look into every detail, every frame rate. Let me see what I can find here. Boom. In this image right here, it dropped from 50 to 30. We saw it happening. Look how it looked in this little particular image. That's their job right there. That's what they're intended to do. If they stop doing that, then there's no purpose for Digital Foundry. See what I'm saying? So they gotta try to, stir the controversy and things like that, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, as I was playing through the game, I didn't notice none of that. I was just, your mind goes somewhere else. Just enjoy the game. That's all you do. Like I said, unless it's broken, like Mind's Eye, right? Like Cyberpunk when it came out, that's a different story. That's totally different. But for a couple frame drops here and there, you're gonna stop, that's gonna stop you from buying this game and enjoying it, taking you back in time to where you were when you first played this game. Because that's what essentially this game is gonna do. You're just gonna start reminiscing of the old days, like where you was at, like how you enjoyed the game and things like that, and it's gonna look much better, right? From the original game. It's the original game, but with a more crystal clear image and with a new mode that's over the shoulder. That's what it is. That's basically what the game is. Or you could do legendary style, which you could use the original top down camera, things like that. That's basically what it is.
DRS range, and of course the absence of PSSR as an upscaler. Really, it's hard to see an upside here when, again, PS5 Pro users are stripped of a graphics mode toggle, leaving no backup option behind. It's also tempting to imagine how the base PS5 setup, with its lower settings, might have run on Pro hardware if left exactly as is, and if we'd have actually locked closer to 60 FPS in that case. On the plus side, some areas do run better on Pro overall later on. The lab area, for example, a few hours into the game does hold closer to 60
you see what
on
I'm saying?
PS5 Pro, while base PS5 falls shy with a...
You see what I'm saying? Like, and then he turns around and says, oh, but on PS5 Pro in some other areas, it does run. So what is, like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, bro, yeah, we could look at this for the tech analysis and things like that. Little areas but bro, at the end of the day, look, he just flipped the whole thing. Because the way he was talking was, the way people are putting it now is that this game runs better on PS5 than it does on the Pro. Throughout the whole game. the way you listen to people talking, you would think that throughout the entire game, it runs better on the base than the pro. But he just flipped the script and said, nah, in some areas in the game, it actually runs better on the pro than the base. So what is even the point of this whole thing here? That's what I'm trying to get to. Don't let Digital Foundry be the reason why you don't get the game. If they, like I said, if they would have came out and said this game is broken, like throughout the entire first area of the jungle, I could not get a stable, not even a 50 frame per second stable connection. It was just bad. Like, I couldn't get through this area. It was bad. Like, that's different, bro. But for a couple frames here and there, if you're gonna take Digital Foundry word on that, then that's on you. I'm not telling you here how to spend your money or whatever it is. Don't buy the game because of me and be like, oh, but you said a couple frames. You make your decision on how you feel. I'm just telling you my experience. My experience at the New York event that I attended myself, I picked up a damn PlayStation controller and I played the game. Okay? 45 minutes. Played it on the PS5 Pro. I didn't have any issue. I was just enjoying it. I was enjoying my time. Cutscenes were a little long, so I had to skip them. As soon as I got to play the game, I didn't see no issues. I was climbing the trees. I got the bag off the branch. I came down. I started shooting a couple people, come running down. What? What's the problem here? So this has caused a whole blow up on social media. Let me show you raw footage of somebody playing this game on a PS5, okay? You gonna tell me if you noticing anything, if it's because I gotta show you this at least a little bit so you can see it for yourself, okay? Let's see here. This is the first 90 minutes PS5 gameplay. Don't pay attention too much to the image quality because, again, you see up here above me is only at 1440p, so it's not in 4K image. Then you got to look at YouTube, right? How they dumb down the version. So by the time you're seeing it through my stream, it's not going to look the best, okay? So don't really pay attention to the quality like that. Just pay attention to the flow of the game, okay?
Oh, yes.
He was at the event. I didn't get a chance to meet him, though. David Hayter.
All right, let's get on the blower to the major.
Think he's gonna forward this or no?
You're already in enemy territory, and somebody
He's
might
not.
be
Hold up.
listening in. From here on out,
Okay, here we
we'll be
go.
using code names to refer.
Oh. Oh.
Again, don't pay too much attention to the
Everyone
quality. Remember, he's recording
Everyone
in 1440,
just
not
look.
4K. I'm streaming in 1440. So the quality, you're not gonna get the best, okay?
So I
Through
skip the
YouTube.
codec so I can do this. Sorry. You're stuck with me, slowly moving the camera around and looking at all the stupid detail on all the leaves and the grass.
I'm not sure yet, Lunchi. I will at some point, yes. I will at some
Look
point.
at these leaves. Unreal Engine 5. My God.
All right, let's
So
go,
you
my
press
brother.
R1 to toggle between
Oh.
first and third. And you've also got stalking mode. You hold L1 and it goes into like stalking mode. Look at the leaves getting stuck to the bits of grass getting stuck to his legs. Then triangle, I believe, is like a dive and roll. So the new control system, a little bit different to the original control system. So it takes
Fast
some
forward.
getting used to. Items is amazing. Right. Get rid of the knife. Little climb of the tree. Ah.
Getting.
It's
Fast
just
forward
so
a little
smooth.
bit more.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Because as you all know, if I watch all the cutscenes, then this live stream of the first 90 minutes will be mostly cutscene. Because there is a lot of it at the start.
Okay.
I know it's blasphemous, and I hate doing it,
Commencing virtuous mission now.
but I want to do some actual action. Here we go. So I got my tranquilizer rifle,
Keep going.
R3
Let's go.
switches the shoulder.
Keep it moving, my brother.
Snake there. I'm not going to waste
Oh, let's
tranquilizer
go.
bullets on the snake. What I will do
Fast forward.
is on the directional button, and you can sort of like, you can manually tune the radio, and you just press X on it, and it immediately changes your camera, which I think is great. So let's stuff a little sneak through here. Look at just the density of the environment. It's great.
He seems to be enjoying it. He seems to be enjoying it.
Okay.
This is raw footage, people. No editing, no
Time for
pause.
everybody's favorite.
This, that, and the third, nothing.
Oh, we're already sinking into the mud. We don't want to be doing that.
Yeah, he gets dirty now too. Roll over like in the mud and stuff.
What we do want to do though is just pop these lads to sleep so we can get through without them killing us, obviously. Now, there.
See, he's dirty now.
Some kind of duck. Hornet's nest there. Probably don't want to disturb that.
See him moving up, bullet.
Let's just get these two to sleep so I can...
Moving up.
I will have that. Thank you. Left what should be left alone and changed what should be changed. It's beautiful. It feels amazing.
At any point, if you feel
I've barely
like
even started the game and already
you're
I'm
seeing
very much
something
in love with it.
that's annoying you, let me know.
Matt
You see
Mass
anything
says, "Let
how
the croc
that
bite
is
you,
running
we wanna
bad
see
or
the
whatever,
animation."
just let me know.
I don't know if I can do that. Look at his face. Getting some guard action here.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guards.
Now, the best camouflage you can actually get behind the tree. I remember in the original game, you could push up behind this tree and be as...
Wait, I want to show you.
So, guard. He's asleep now. Well, a little snake just came down there. So, just drag him out of the way so he doesn't get spotted.
Keep going.
Like a slow deliberateness to picking up and dragging it. That's what happened to him. I mucked that up, didn't I? I wasn't stalking, that's why. The other guy hasn't heard me, though, thankfully. I'm going to give him
Speak.
an interrogation.
If you climb trees, there's fruit.
Thanks. Thank you. Right, I'm going to take you down here. Shall we kill him? Or...
Speak. inside fallen trees.
Let's just choke him. We don't need to be killing. Oh, did I accidentally kill him? I think I accidentally killed him. I was only supposed to knock him out. That's a shame. Right. Next guy. Right. The changing of the camouflage is restart, says Dennis Gallagher. You know, I would restart.
I let me know. He's playing the same game Digital Foundry played, okay? Not a different game. The same game.
He's right there.
On the base PS5. Well, what's going on here?
So we're going to stalk this time. What have you got to say for yourself?
Speak. The crocodiles are ferocious.
So am I. He's dead. When I get to fight the Sorrow eventually, there's going to be a lot
let's
of
get
people
to the
coming
bridge.
down that river.
Let me see
Just-
if
Blood's coming out all
Let's do
over
it.
the place.
he got some combat here.
There's the first frog. Rich and, oh my god, and detailed it feels.
He looks like he's enjoying it.
Speak. Hornets.
What about the hornet?
Speak. Crocodiles taste great.
Let's get to the edge here. The underneath. Off you go, my friend. Off you go. Everyone liked that. Can you still slide down here? Of course. Why would they take that out? That's it, lads. You will run away. Let's quickly get across the bridge. Okay. Efficiently done. Let's get myself
We
some
seen enough?
mushrooms.
Okay. I think we seen enough. Oh, no. Wait. Let's get to this part. Wait.
Before they
I want to
come
see
back.
something.
Hopefully, before they come back, and sneak down here. Now, is that guard still there?
Here.
Or is he one
Let's
of the
get to
ones
this
who
part.
ran away?
Get to this area.
Right, could do with getting a bead on everyone in here.
After this, we move on.
Hello. Goodbye. Bit exposed here. Let's get some camo.
Right now, in this area, if this was Digital Foundry, they would have been telling you about all the frame drops. Right now, right here. I hope he shoots that tank so I can explosion.
Oh, this game's great, isn't it? It's just good. Well done. Well done.
All right.
Is this open world? No, it's structurally, it's
Okay. So that right there. I just wanted to show you that so you could have raw footage of the game, like no interruption, or no like Digital Foundry does and things like that. So there's that. Okay. The decision is yours, people. Right? The decision is yours. That looked good to me. It runs good. Don't let outlets like Digital Foundry and things like that like take away the fun aspect of this whole thing of the video game. Okay, they're just doing their job. They're doing their job. That's all they're doing. Um, that's what they're supposed to do. So you take everything that Digital Foundry said, you apply that to what we just saw. You see, that's the question. Do you see the things that Digital Foundry was telling us about the game? You notice it? Do you care for it? That's what you should be asking yourself after watching this, okay? Um, and you make the decision from there based off of that. Okay, don't just go by what Digital Foundry said. Because like once again, last time they're just doing their job. That's all they're doing. That doesn't mean that they're the end all be all. They're just doing what they're supposed to do. Sorry about that. My bad, yo. Okay, so that's that right there. That's that right there. Okay. Heights MD, shout outs to you, my brother. You getting it? All right, cool. Yo, Lunchi, happy birthday to your daughter, my brother. Yes, sir. Enjoy it. Hope y'all have a blast, my brother. We dropping a bomb for Lunchi and his daughter, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Be safe, my brother. Appreciate you. So let's move on here. Sticking with Metal Gear, okay? Sticking to Metal Gear. Yo, Lunchi, don't worry about it. Go enjoy it. Come back on Monday, bro. When I go live Monday, come back. Enjoy your daughter's birthday, my brother. Sticking to Metal Gear, all right? The producers are now training younger developers to continue the series. I brought this because I want to know how y'all feel about this, especially like the real Metal Gear Solid fans, right? They're talking about continuing the series without Kojima, okay? So they're training young developers for it. So they're saying here that it's been 10 years since the release of the last legitimate Metal Gear Solid game, but in some ways, it feels like it's been even longer. Ignoring 2018's maligned multiplayer spin-off Metal Gear Survive, the first entry in the series published by Konami following the departure of series creator Hideo Kojima, 2015's Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain has essentially served as a punctuation mark on the franchise, which began all the way back in 1987 on the MSX2 home computer. After directing 9 mainline entries in the series, Kojima moved on from Konami to form his own studio, Kojima Productions, developed Death Stranding series, leaving the fate of Metal Gear in complete limbo until now. On August 28, Konami is bringing the beloved action adventure back from the grave, Metal Gear Snake Eater, a remake, okay? But according to, just skip all this, but according to its developers, it might end up being even more, okay? At a hands-on preview event for Metal Gear Solid Delta in New York earlier this month, the game's producers and Metal Gear series veterans Noriaki Okamura, 59, and Yuji Korikado, 56, discussed their vision for the game with Rolling Stone, which isn't just about resurrecting one classic title, but learning about what the current generation of gamers want to see. Quote, one thing that was really helpful was to understand how modern gamers play games, what frustrates them, what makes it easier for them, Korikado says via a translator. We were able to get a lot of feedback from all the younger development staff. We were aware that we needed to maintain the original, wanted to keep the story, wanted to keep the gameplay as close to the original as possible. They understood that the assignment. What they did is help us make sure it's not too awkward it still feels like a fun and exciting game. For those who are well versed in Metal Gear's history, an authentically reproduced iteration of Metal Gear Solid 3, chronologically the first game in the series, despite being the 5th overall, will be a surefire hit. For younger players, however, it's more of a blind spot. So why even bother with a remake instead of something new? Quote, it's a very black and white answer for us because we're getting old, Okamura says. We only have a few years left out of us to make a game, right? One of the things that we noticed is what really kicked off this project is that we started seeing a huge wave of new gamers that weren't even aware, didn't even know about Metal Gear before. We were like, we need to do something about this because we wanted to carry on the legacy. But the lingering question they asking them now about a new entry, right? Series. They say here, quote, so one of the reasons why we brought in a lot of fresh meat, all the new younger developers, is because not only did we want to give them a chance to figure out how to create and develop a Metal Gear game, but also give them a chance to experience the game themselves. Okamura adds. And we'll still be here for a while, but right now the goal is to build a team that could carry on the legacy on our behalf and who's hopefully in the future more exciting games, okay? So that's it right there. I'm not gonna read the whole article. That's what they had to say about that. So they're essentially, getting these younger producers hopefully to make a new game in the series of Metal Gear, okay? Yeah, Kojima's not making another Metal Gear. That's done. That's over with, okay? So this is what they're hoping that these newer developers do. They could somehow keep that energy, move forward without Kojima, okay? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that one day, okay? We're gonna keep it moving here, okay? Gonna keep it moving here. And what do I have here? Okay, so about the greed. I seen somebody, Thomas, the gaming industry is not greedy. Okay, so former Ben Studio developer explains how greed has ruined the gaming industry. Okay, the gaming industry isn't just the same anymore, and that's honestly sad to see. These days, most developers are either chasing photorealistic open worlds or live service projects designed to squeeze out long-term profits. It's true that live service games can generate far more revenue than single-player titles. Regular updates, new content drops, and time-limited events keep fans engaged and spending money. But this trend is slowly eroding the heart of the industry. Many developers, especially Sony, are leaning heavily into the model. That's not a healthy direction. Why it matters. Profit in itself isn't bad. Every company needs it. But when profit becomes the only focus, creativity and innovations suffer. Sony has built its legacy on incredible single-player experiences. Fans still love those games. If it just listened to its audience and doubled down on what it does best, the profits would follow naturally. Unfortunately, major publishers seem blinded by greed, chasing only live service success. Even a former Ben Studio developer has spoken about how damaging this obsession can be. He explains that higher-ups pitch the live service model to shareholders while showing how spending less can lead to bigger profits. This is exactly why so many games today have turned into live service games. For the cost of The Last of Us 2, you could instead make like 10 Overwatches. And from 10 Overwatches, you could make 80 more Overwatches. Okay? Think about that. That right there says it all. That says it all right there. Sony itself has admitted that the approach isn't going smoothly. More than half of its planned live service games projects already been canceled, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. Still desperate, Sony isn't letting go. Why? Because greed remains the driving force. In its latest financial report, Sony openly stated that titles like Helldivers 2 and Destiny 2 brought massive profits. So it will keep pushing the live service model no matter what. And that's it right there. What do you think? Whatever. All right. So yeah, absolutely. That's what they were. That's what they were focusing on. They were focusing on Herman, our boy Herman Host, when he brought up that image about all the live servers that included Destiny, Marathon, Fair Games, MLB The Show, Gran Turismo. Right? He's talking directly to the shareholders. Right? Letting them know that we're going to continue down this path. Yeah, we'll focus on single player, but that's not going to be the primary focus. We try to make this money. So they're putting a lot in the bag with Marathon, which is supposed to be the next big thing, right? Live service. That's not going good. That's why I don't understand why these people keep talking about, what Herman said. I forgot what he said in that fireside chat. That they didn't receive the feedback wasn't too bad or something like that. I forgot what he said, right? But he didn't make it clear to them that it was bad. You see what I'm saying? He made it clear to them like, oh, he had a minor setbacks, but whatever, right? But the reality of the situation was it was bad. We had plagiarism, had to shut it down. We had to go back to the drawing board. That's the reality of that situation. But he tried to downplay shareholders. Like, it's not that bad. So the Marathon is supposed to be the next big thing. Okay? But anyways, this right here tells it all. This right here. For one Last of Us to make like 10 Overwatches. From those 10 Overwatches, you got the potential to make at least 80 more Overwatches. This is what they're seeing. Okay? Why I tell you that when you get hyped about 1.4 million sales, that's not enough. Okay? That is not enough, especially with the budgets of these games today. That's why Sean Layden talk about AA gaming might make a comeback. They could take less risks compared to the AAA big budget. They can't take a risk. These companies now got to go with what they know. So, and it's sad. It's sad that it's like this. But you got 85 million consoles out there for PlayStations. Or close to 90. You see, like, and we come out with Death Stranding 2 1.3. And we're satisfied with that. I'm telling you, bro, they look at all that. They're looking at all the numbers. I told y'all, Marvel Rivals made way more money than that within the first weekend. I showed y'all before how much money Marvel Rivals made. Within its first weekend, bro. So they're looking at that. They're like, but nah, this can't continue. These gamers, they keep asking for single player experiences, but they're not buying it. You cannot tell me that out of 90 million consoles out there, all of those are casual gamers. You can't tell me that. There's no way. That only 1.4 are, real hardcore gamers and, gamers that are part of this whole gaming community as a whole and that have PlayStation, with the majority do have PlayStation consoles. You can't tell me that, bro. You can't. So they know that. And like, bro, we got to shift. Because the only ones that make the money are the Last of Us, the Spider-Mans, the God of Wars, and things like that. So there's that. Okay? There's that. Keep paying attention. Keep paying attention, okay? Let's shift you over here to this other article I got over here, which is Tencent making a whole AI tool to accelerate gaming art design from days to minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Tencent Games executive Jiao Zheng delivered a keynote at DevCon to reveal a new AI tool, VizVise, which aims to accelerate game art design and animation production from a matter of months and days to mere minutes. Okay? And it plans to automate tedious tasks without relying on human creativity and ingenuity. Why it matters? VizVise is aiming to reshape how developers approach game development. This may result even in the developers creating massive AAA experiences at a fraction of the current cost and time to compete with AAA gaming studios. The logo right here. As announced, the tools come with two core technologies, VizVise Go Skinning and Motion Blink. Go Skinning uses an AI model to adapt to different skeletal structures, achieving 85% automation in the process. Meanwhile, Motion Blink affects the automation production pipeline and uses self-regression architecture to generate keyframes rapidly. Skeletal animation can produce in just 10 seconds rather than days, ladies and gentlemen. So get ready, okay? It's worth noting that Tencent has already applied the new Vise technologies in over 90 games under its umbrellas across different franchises. Okay, so that's that right there. How we approach. All right, so that's it right there. The latest to come out of Tencent. Okay. They making it happen, people. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy work. Things that would normally take months and days are now going to take minutes to accomplish with this new innovation that Tencent got going on. Okay, we all I don't expect this Tencent to, because of this, to start putting out like sloppy mess like Microsoft did with the whole AI image of Call of Duty with the zombie with 6 fingers on his hands. I don't expect things like that from Tencent. Like, I expect them to start dishing out games and be at high quality. So let's see what happens. This is the keynote right here they were talking about. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see how they utilize that new technology that they got going. It is interesting. It's definitely sounding quite what you call it, progressive and innovative, say, right? So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that, man. And it's Tencent we talking about. We know Tencent, you know, they got the bag. Tencent got the bag, people. All right. Hold on a second. I gotta check this door. Hold on. All right. All right, so let's move on here, okay? Gonna try to little rapid fire here, okay? Little rapid fire. All right. So here the Division 2 kicks off 10th anniversary with an update takes on the survival extraction update, okay? Experience. So Division apparently has a new update. Look at this little trailer real quick, okay?
Time and again, our enemies have risen up. Time and again, you've beaten them back. You've held the worst this world has to offer at bay. Carved out safe places where people can build new lives. But our enemies are getting tired of losing. Now, 3 of our greatest threats are joining forces against us. The hyenas, the outcasts, and the True Sons. We've never faced a threat on this scale before. The streets of DC are on fire. You have to stop them. You have to break the pact.
September 9, people. Okay, so assuming that's the new update that they got for those of y'all who still play this game. Call it September 9. All right. Okay. Let's move on here. What's this? What I got over here? A new Assassin's Creed Mirage DLC is coming and is a free update, I believe it is. Okay. Oh yeah, all for free, they say. A new story chapter and mission set in the 9th century. Gameplay improvements for the base game and the new location, all for free. Right? So that's it right there for that one. Those of y'all who played the game, there it is. We're gonna continue on here. The latest rumor coming out of the next Forza Horizon 6 game is that it's gonna be in Japan. Okay. They shared out this image right here. Okay, yeah, they shared this image out right here. We have Cody here from Forza Horizon Official shooting cars for the next installation in the series. As there are no late model Kai cars in America, he has flown out from the States to use our cars as the basis for digital versions. We're huge gamers here at Colt Classic. It is an honor to be supporting Forza and making Kai cars accessible virtually for people who can't have them in real life. Buy a car they've scanned, we have a prize for you too. So this is how they're saying that the next installation could be planned, because they're scanning cars that are on. Okay, yeah, that's the latest rumor. All right, we're not gonna spend too much time on it because it is a rumor. We don't know. It could be anything, right? It could just be wanting to scan the car to have it in the. It could be in a totally different location. But we'll have to wait and see. All right. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that one. Now we're gonna show you some raw footage, not too much, right? Of the Lego Batman game, because it's so crazy to me, bro, that we gotta wait for Lego to make a Batman game like this, right? Instead of it being WB, right? We're gonna take a look at some footage here. Gotham City, looks alive. There's people walking in the streets and things like that. It's not a dead Arkham. The gameplay looks good. A whole bunch of different open world, right? Different Batmobiles, different versions of Batmobiles. The enemy types that are in the games. The what you call it? The co-op aspect of the game that you run into different teammates throughout the game and things like that. It's crazy to me, bro. Now we gotta wait for Lego to make a game like this. This is crazy. So this is footage from Gamescom, okay? We're just gonna watch a little bit, all right? So you can see how good this game looks. This is pre-alpha build, okay? By the way, pre-alpha.
I don't like their odds.
Face this together. All you're doing is making.
Look at this, bro. This game looks good. Gordon. Look at this. Look at this. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. the little time trial thing that he does. Okay. Show you more on this here. Oh, look at this. One boom. Boom. Still there with Gordon.
This ain't over.
Okay. Show you a little bit more. Oh, this is what I was talking about. You see this? Look at this. Look how good this looks, man. This is Gotham right here, okay? Look. Look at this. There's people walking around. You know, the lights are on. It's not a dead, empty city. Okay. See what else he got here?
Just stay quiet.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Oh, this is like you're basically like the Spider-Man joint. Like you're basically flying. See? This game is gonna be fire. And it took Lego to make this game. Okay. Okay. And I think that's it. Oh look, this is another gadget here. Look at this. That's Gordon, by the way, people. Okay. Like they said in the interview, each partner that you come across, they're gonna have their own set of gadgets, their own set of way to getting around the city and things like that. So that's one of the things that Gordon got. Okay.
It'll be epic.
You ever dance?
Okay. So that's that. I just wanted to show y'all that because that game looks incredible, man. That game looks incredible. Right? You getting that? Yeah, I'm getting this game. It made a better car in Lego than Batman. Yeah, man, it's crazy. That's what I'm telling you. It's crazy, bro. The whole game looks fire. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Shout outs to Lego, man. Shout outs to Lego. That game is gonna be incredible. Getting that thing. Let's look here at some Lost Soul aside footage here. What I got here for Bungie? What? Let's look at some Lost Soul aside footage here. This is some behind the scenes footage, okay, for Lost Soul. Let's take a look at this here.
对，那个时候，其实这个项目最早的时候已经可以追溯到2014年了。初衷当时其实更多的是一个个人的爱好，因为我个人比较喜欢比较快节奏的、比较流畅的这种战斗的游戏。想把自己 脑子里面的那个东西一点点的还原出来。我是杨斌，我是《失落之魂》的制作人。
Should be good right there. Yeah, this is looking good, Mike. Looking good.
当时我需要一边学习一边制作，后来做出了最早的时候大家看到的那个 demo。在刚把预告片发到网上的时候，我没有想很多，结果没想到我的邮箱马上被各种各样的邮件塞满了。之后我的邮箱里收到了一个索尼互娱的同事发过来的邀请，我当时很震惊也很兴奋，立刻回复了他。就此，我与索尼互娱的同事建立了联系，也是从那个时候开始和索尼互娱包括中国之星计划建立了最开始的接触，成为了后面深度合作的契机。
It's looking really clean.
刚好10年前，我们决定在中国开始 PlayStation 业务的时候，我们决定做的方向是建立一个中国的主机游戏的生态。中国之星计划是鼓励中小型的开发团队去开发高品质的游戏。我们也会提供给到中国开发者们各方面的资源，来帮助开发出更好的游戏。
Yo, my brother Blaze in the building.
或者说到现在为止仍然很吸引我们的是这个团队的热情
Yo, I appreciate
和
that,
他
my
们的
brother.
专业程度。那么同
Appreciate
时
you,
呢
bro.，
这个项目从项目的层面来看呢，他们的美术呢是做得非常不错的。然后呢，杨明老师呢他自己也是在这方面的专业。那么我们这边呢还希望呢能够帮助这个团队，帮助这个项目能够更上一层楼。
我们会花很长的时间让团队能够在不同的理念碰撞下交流，最终做出大家都满意的作品。比如我们的美术同事，他创作了一个新的概念设计、新的原画。当我看到的时候，觉得这其实是我没有想到的东西。这东西它是一种惊喜。
Yeah, this is
我也
looking
逐渐意
good.
识到，我们的项目已经突破了
This is
我个人的
looking good,
能力
right?
上限。项目成为了一个团队的作品，我们在不断突破团队的上限。从开始到现在，我一直觉得我们的游戏最大的特色就是流畅爽快的战斗，这也是我自己最喜欢的部分。
The image quality looks crazy, bro. It looks clean, bro. I love that.
和猎天使魔女鬼泣这
I
种
know
都
that's
属于
what's
是 hack and
catching a lot of
slash
people's
之类的
attention.
然后我是这样觉得的，我们自己在
It's
设
how
计战斗
clean
的
the
时候
visuals look.
因为给了各高度的自由度。
像我们主角有非常多的武器，总共有4种武器，这4种武器每一种都可以进行互相的配合，打出非常华丽的一种连招。
也有很多种像火、雷、冰这种元素的类型。剑的攻击里会挥舞出火焰来，这个我觉得是很酷的。
整个上手的打击感也非常的棒，这就归功于我们的动画、我们的战斗设计以及我们的音效各方面的一个通力合作。
为此，我们实际上克服了很多困难。所有的设计都是围绕着战斗的流畅度展开。我们在设计 BOSS 的过程中有一个理念，就是尽可能塑造形态各异的种类，让玩家可以体验到人形的、野兽的、巨大的或者小体型的，有敏捷类的，也有力量型的。我们希望玩家在这个过程中一直有比较新鲜的体验，不一样的体验。
Yeah, it's like a Devil May Cry joint.
不光是战斗系统，在场景的设计上，我们也希望给玩家一场像旅行一样的体验。所以我们塑造了风格形态各异的场景，让玩家能够在各种风格、各种环境、各种天气下进行冒险。
There be games that you run through the game and then they don't show you like different environments. You feel like you're in the same like map, just in a different area.
倾向于
So that's good.
去做一些
Switch it up, make the game feel fresh
这个围绕着
as
奇
you
观构建
progress.
来做一些关卡的设计。
在《失落之魂》游戏中有太多的场景等着你去探索。在此基础上，能给玩家的意外惊喜就是，其实它还有很多摇滚音乐或者是金属音乐的电子音乐元素。
Thank you so much. The best to do this. I appreciate it. Thank you.
当你进入那个世界的时候，所有的音乐突然就变了，这种音乐让你感到哇。
最开始塑造卡泽尔这个角色的时候，他其实并不想承认自己会是一个英雄，他只是作为一个平凡的人去做一些不平凡的事。
Arena 是属于在上古时期，就是一直在遗迹里沉浸的一个巨兽，那它机缘巧合下就是寄生在卡泽尔的体内，产生了这种共生的关系。
整个《失落之魂》的故事也围绕着这两个角色展开，他们怎么相遇，他们怎么一起去解决不光是他们，还有他们的家人，还有整个人类所面对的危机。《失落之魂》就是一个这样的故事。
有些无论战斗呀、感受啊、氛围啊，我感觉都挺棒的。就会倾注进你的很多一些情绪在里面嘛。
就是在我们项目，就是大家热情都非常高，就是非常的负责任。这份工作也是让我对游戏设计充满了热爱。
在《失落之魂》正式发行之后，当然最大的期望还是我们塑造的游戏体验是能够让玩家满意的。能让玩家觉得这么多年的等待也是值得的。
Oh yeah, we in there.
因为呢，我现在中国之星新入选的很多项目，好几个的制作人都是受杨斌的影响，才投身游戏开发。我觉得这是一个非常好的闭环，就是杨斌老师在某种程度上其实是带动了一部分中国这个游戏开发的这个产业的发展。
这个游戏的成功研发代表了 PlayStation 中国之星计划项目的精神。从一个人的游戏开发者到与 SIE 及所有的合作伙伴们携手，共同面对环境与市场变化，克服各种困难，最终打磨出一部好的作品。这是 PlayStation 一直以来希望为创作者和玩家们带来的一个连结。
坚持到现在，首先是感谢所有的粉丝和玩家一直以来给我的鼓励和支持，让我不管在这个过程中经历了什么样的困难，都能够坚持到现在。
Fire. Fire. By the way, the disclaimer down here, thing is in the PC will launch at 5 p.m. Pacific on the 28th in the US and Latin America. 5 p.m. Pacific, so that'll be 8 p.m. Eastern time, so that's my time. So PC players, you will get to play this a couple hours earlier, okay? Because the game comes out officially on the 29th. But if you're on PC, it launches at 8 o'clock Eastern time on the 28th, right? So you have about like 4 hours before everybody else gets the game. Okay, that's just a quick disclaimer. But yeah, man. That looks fire, right? Yo, Chris, what's good? Yeah, it's fire, bro. I'm like hours behind the stream because I was working at this morning. I have to catch up later, bro. Yo, you know how it is. Appreciate you, my brother. It's all good. It's all good. All soul aside, first party. This is not first party. This is a China Hero project, my brother. It's China Hero right here. Sony's publishing the game. Let me take you over here real quick. Let me show you the new set of End Zone. They recently announced the new lineup, right? So let me show you this real quick.
For players, for gaming culture, what can we do? To face that question, InZone was born.
Just in case you're in the market.
Together with the world's top players, we've pursued gear that pushes the limits of performance. We kept searching for factors, testing, refining, and learning side by side with them. No matter how steep the road, InZone was always there. And now, we've found out an essential factor. It's the feeling of becoming one with your gear. Specs alone aren't enough. What matters is whether the gear can truly support the player's will to win. Here is the new gear designed for that purpose. Headset, in-ear headphones, keyboard, mouse, and mouse pads. To become one with the gear, for the win. The new InZone lineup debuts now.
Comfort was a top priority for pro players. To meet their demands, we changed the earbud material to smooth nylon. We also designed a lightweight body at just 260 grams. The microphone was indeed a challenge. The result is a boom microphone that uses a wide frequency range to capture natural sounds and nuances. We took every piece of feedback, both direct comments and the nuances behind them, and transformed that into technical requirements to ensure competitive performance.
Regarding the keyboard, we aimed to create one that professionals would consider perfect. To withstand long hours of practice, we focused on achieving the best type feeling and adopted the gasket mount. While many switches can be adjusted 0.1 to 4.0 millimeter, we collaborated with Fnatic to eliminate unnecessary trouble and set maximum at 3.4 millimeter. The weight of mouse, we achieved 48.4 grams, ideal for the pro player's performance and enough light with certain robustness.
So there it is, okay?
Now, with this new gear lineup, InZone is stepping into the next chapter as a comprehensive gaming gear brand. For players, for gaming culture, designed to win.
I believe they have a monitor as well. They have an InZone monitor, I believe.
Your body knows a sense of victory. Sees when mind, movement, and gear ignite as one. Victory is within reach. Feel it, right?
All right, so that's the lineup right there, the new lineup. I believe they got a new monitor as well. But, bro, if you're looking at a new monitor, bro, Asus came out with a new one recently that they showed off at Gamescom. Fire. But yeah, that's it for that one. Real quick, Helldivers 2, the release date and coming to Xbox. So it will be there August 26th, and it's gonna be at 4:00 Eastern time, 4 in the morning Eastern time, 1 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. BST, 10 a.m. CEST. Tuesday, August the 26th. So that's this upcoming Tuesday, okay? It's gonna have crossplay, yes, okay? PS5. Cross progression, I don't believe they're gonna have any. Okay? No, they said no here. Okay, so no. Alright, so just be aware of that if you're looking to purchase this on Xbox. Those are the times that it will be released. Alright? What we got here real quick. This is the new controller that they showed off. I showed that the other day. The new Asus controller. This is it more up close. That's how it's gonna look like. This is their first ever controller since partnering up with Microsoft. This is how it looks, okay? I'm not a fan of these 4 paddles back here. I don't like it. I showed y'all. Y'all know I have the Razer Wolverine controller. It has those 4 buttons back here, and it's just uncomfortable for me because I keep pressing them. So it keeps messing with my mental as I'm playing the game. I'm thinking I'm gonna press a button by mistake. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're not mapped to do anything. So it's just uncomfortable, and I don't like it. I don't like that feeling. Okay, when you're playing a game, you can't have things like that popping up in your mind. It's gonna mess with your actual gameplay. Yeah, that's it for that. Also, real quick, the last topic here. Escape from Tarkov finally gets out of early access with a 1.0 launch this November, okay? So the game is finally coming out November 15, 2025, okay? 2025. I don't know why they chose now to come out with the game, but it's finally coming out, just in case y'all wanted to. All right? And that's it for the main topics here that I have for y'all today. Questions, comments, concerns. This is the time. Let me just find some trailers that I could just put a background while we vibe out and to talk about any of the topics that we spoke on here today. Yeah, the floor is yours, people. Let me find some trailers here. You see here. I think I actually have something else to make sure I'm not missing anything. Make sure I'm not. Oh, let me show you this. Remember, hold on. Y'all remember the game that looks like Metal Gear Solid, but like in the future? That we saw I think it was like a couple months back, that it kind of looks like Metal Gear, but just like more futuristic. So let me show you. They got new gameplay. They got 12-minute gameplay. So now the game is called Black State. It's the upcoming stealth action adventure third-person shooter being built by developer Motion Blur using Unreal Engine 5. So let me show you this quick. Watch this here. I'll find it here because it's gonna look better. Okay, so this is it right here. And they got it in 4K. So let me show y'all this real quick. 4K. Up. Good. Up. All right, let's get into it. I remember this game, right? Get into it. Yeah, I think I'm going to buy it, Chris. I think I'm going to buy it. Let me know if y'all remember this game. So they actually just finished showing this at GameTime. Okay? IGN showing this.
Closing in. Stay sharp. They'll try
Let me know how y'all feel about this. buying it on PC, my brother. I'm buying it on PC, my brother.
More incoming. Stay ready. They'll try to grind you.
Lethal contact.
Ooh. Boom! That's fire right there. What?
He's targeting our squad.
This is what I'm talking about right here, bro. This is fire. This is alpha footage, people. But it's still not the finished product. Watch it. Ooh, look how futuristic that is. Look at the shields, bro. They got that Kojima slow motion joint too. Look how fast he's like switching weapons off and gadgets and things like that. This is what Mind's Eye was trying to be.
Sticky gun shreds metal targets.
Get this, bro.
Watch out.
Bro. You know what I like about it too? That is fast paced. It's action, right? It's not like a slow, like you gotta, you know, that's my type of speed. Like I like action. I like getting to it. You see what I'm saying? So you saw that combat right there. Usually games like this, I feel like they would have like tried to like slow it down, be more about stealth and things like that. But bro, whew, this is my speed right here. They on my type of time right here. He fought all them enemies at once like that, like going back and forth, switching off guns, switching off different gadgets, boom, 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 boom. Like, that's my speed right there. That's what I'm talking about.
Enemy spotted.
This ain't
Look at this, bro. Look at the futuristic gadgets.
Get down.
Oh!
Looks like you were right. These plans show the first strikes before the war even started.
So who did they do it for?
They staged the attacks to make it look like each side hit the other and sent strikes to every faction.
Which means they don't work for any of them.
Send us a detailed scan. Then we can find out who's pulling Black Skull's strings.
That thing so far.
Find the power source. Those doors won't open without it, and they're holding the data we need.
Where is this place?
Must be the place that Decius told us.
What are they doing with those human bodies in those tubes?
This tech is unlike anything we've ever seen. Looks looks like it belongs to Industry Science and Magic, the company that created the first super-intelligent machine, Decius. And now it seems Decius wants us to uncover their secret projects.
You think Decius sent us here because it's connected?
I'm not sure yet. You need to scan and send us everything, especially those tubes. We need to know what kind of experiment they were running, and what Decius wanted us to find. Mapmaker
This
located
look good,
the power
bro.
room. We've marked it on your map.
This is looking good right here. San Andreas update? Nah, I didn't see that, bro. Bro, look how good this looks. You saw that enemy popped up from the ground, bro? Like, what is that?
Try the electric stun. It's built for robotic units.
Damn.
Dicky gun shreds metal target. Get down!
Bro, my boy was even aiming when he got knocked down to the floor.
Take cover! Eyes on enemy!
Yo, did he shoot one of the pods and it was and the water was coming out of it?
Eyes on enemy! Watch out!
Oh, he did, bro.
Better start running! Use our net!
Wow.
Take cover!
Wow. Need to clean up on aisle 5. Nasty work.
Use the modules you collected to activate it.
That's crazy.
Now, the real answers begin.
Wow. Bruh. That was fire. Okay, I'm gonna drop a bomb for that. Let me see if I had anything else for y'all. Hold on. There's some comparisons with the Black Myth Wukong Xbox version to the 5. As far as the news goes, yeah, that's it. All right, let me just get some trailers here, and we opening up the floor, people. Questions, comments, concerns. Let me know about all the about anything that we spoke on today, people. All right. Let's do it, people. All right, people, let's get it, man. Let's get it. Questions, comments, concerns, whatever it is, man. Talk to me, man. What y'all thought? Because I didn't get to see what y'all was saying about Metal Gear Solid. I didn't get to see what y'all said about Metal Gear Solid. What y'all thought about everything that was being said? Everything that I showed you today. Like, let me know what y'all thought about everything. Let me check the poll. 50% said yes. 29% are saying no. 21% are saying they're gonna wait for a patch. Okay, right? Poll open, just in case more people come in and they want to vote. It's on Discord. Hold on. It returns December. What? Also, now it's like, oh, that's from the trilogy. That's making a comeback. And Andrea's portion of it. Okay, that's cool. And Andreas, all right. This September. It'll be interesting, right? But you know, when it comes to GTA, people just waiting for GTA. Know what I'm saying? People just waiting for GTA 6. Let me see what else. Gears of War movie, okay? The film. Gears of War film is now being written. Directed by David Leitch and written by John Bates, which wrote Dune. Okay? And that movie is coming to Netflix. Gears of War movie is coming to Netflix. Okay? Let's see. Oh, Acclaim. Next week. Show you this. So this is what they put on their Twitter page, okay? Acclaim. So we might see some sort of comeback from Acclaim next week, all right? So let's stay in tune and see what they got to show us, man. One of the legendary studios, man, Acclaim, right? Let me see what else I got for y'all here. Let me know about that Metal Gear Solid, man. Let me know how y'all feeling about it. Lost Soul aside, you getting it on PC. I forgot to mention this part here. Oh yeah, this is that Halloween game they show. Crazy. Real quick. So this is it right here, okay? With ultra ray tracing on, you're gonna need a 5070 Ti. But Intel i7 13000 or AMD Ryzen 7 7800X, okay? That's what you're gonna need for ultra settings with ray tracing on. on high settings, ray tracing, you're gonna need NVIDIA RTX 480 Super. Which I don't know why this is the case, right? A 5070 Ti is not better than the 4080 Super. So this, I don't know why this should be the other way around. Okay. But yeah, this is what you're gonna need, all right? Recommended. Do good with an RTX 2060 or AMD RX 5700 XT, okay? With an Intel i5 10000 and a Ryzen 5 3600, okay? You want high? RTX 3070, AMD RX 6800 XT. Intel i7 7000 or AMD Ryzen 750. Those are the specs in case y'all trying to buy it for PC. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it, people. That's it right there for the news, people. We're going to be here. Questions, comments, concerns for a few. Nobody got anything to say or whatever, then we up out of here, people. For Metal Gear Solid Delta, PlayStation 72 critic review, D20 critics, Xbox 3 Metacritic. Nasty work. It is nasty work. But out of all of that, right? Everything that I showed you here today. When I brought you the Digital Foundry, and then when I showed you actual real gameplay, like what did that change your mind? Because I know a lot of people now are saying that they're not buying the game anymore. A lot of people have asked for a refund after pre-ordering the game because of it, because of the Digital Foundry joint. So after watching the raw gameplay, did that put you more at ease? Oh, you still buying it? Okay, cool. Cool, which is good. Which is good because that's why I wanted to bring you that raw footage of the guy just playing it. Like he was just playing the game. As opposed to looking at Digital Foundry's video, stopping, zooming in 400%, backing up, stopping each section of the game just to tell you, oh, look how the grass looks. Like, you know, when the reality is you're not really going to be paying attention. Where winds meet, they had the announcement trailer for the official release date. It's releasing November 14, I believe it. That's a free-to-play game, people. Okay. Also, I forgot. Also, remember I told you about DC Studios, right? Remember I told you that that now that James Gunn is at the helm, that even the games that come out need to somehow be ran by James Gunn because he wants everything to be within his new DC universe, right? So the latest to come out of that camp, James Gunn says that he has a couple of little DC games coming and bigger things. He says here, quote, I have a couple of little DC games coming out, but we also have talked about and in early stages of planning some bigger things. One thing in particular I'm excited about, but it does take time. Closed quote. That's what James Gunn had to say about DC games, okay? That bigger game that he's excited about, I'm assuming he's talking about a new Superman game. But let's see. But he said that he also got a couple smaller games coming. But let's see what comes out of that camp. Okay. What comes out of that camp? This here. Look at this footage, bro. Look at this image, bro. Let me pause this, bro. Let me pause this, bro. Look at this image, bro.
Finish him.
This is the day that that PlayStation got finessed by Bungie. So, the guy, what they say here. Here is standing right next to Herman Host, Pete Parsons, while they negotiated a Bungie acquisition. The new Bungie boss will be Justin Truman on the left. Look at this picture, man. Look at this picture, man. What y'all gotta say about this? This is the day that PlayStation got finessed. Look at Herman Host, thinking he made the biggest acquisition of gaming history. Look at him. Look at him. Look at Jim Ryan. You guys are clueless. I'm out of here. Oh, man, this is crazy right here, bro. Nasty work right there. That's nasty work. That's nasty. Let me see here. Boom. Here we are with the game. We'll break 100 million units. All in with the. So with Borderlands 4, Randy Pitchford saying that they're gonna break 100 million units within the Borderlands franchise when Borderlands 4 comes out. He's also saying here that we're just now beginning to dig into what our post-launch is. Got some extremely exciting plans that I cannot wait to share and talk about. Okay? Borderlands 4 looks good, man. That, right? Also, this joint here, right? You could take this one how you want, but apparently Hollow Knight Silksong will not have reviews at launch until after everyone's playing it. What they said here, what's the quote? Feels exactly like we hoped it would, while cautioning that it doesn't. Turns out that the info feel likely be our only insight. Okay. So according to Jason Schreier, Team Cherry doesn't plan on sending out early codes for the game. Schreier explains that the team rationale fighting that studio felt like it'd be unfair to for critics to play the game before Kickstarter backers and other players. Because of this, he writes, shouldn't expect to see reviews until after the game comes out. While this decision is unlikely to harm Silksong, it's still unfortunate that reviews won't be available before launch in order to better inform audiences. So basically, this is the excuse that they got. That it wouldn't be fair that the critics went ahead and played the game before Kickstarter, backers, and other players. Basically, people who has been supporting them, supporting the development of it and things like that. They are saying that it wouldn't be fair. You take that how we want to take. Believe them or you don't believe. I don't know. I could care. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I'm not. That's not to say that the game is gonna come out buggy at launch or it's gonna or the game sucks or whatever. No. Do I believe that's the reason or not? I don't believe. I don't know what's going on. But to say that's the reason, like, what? I thought Borderlands 3 didn't sell well. They listen, man, with Borderlands 4, they coming up on 100 million units sold. 100 million. For that Lego Batman game, Monique has been cast for the voice of Amanda Waller. Okay, so if y'all don't know who Monique is the comedian. He's the voice of Amanda Waller. Okay, in the Lego Batman game. Okay. Jennifer Hudson, okay, I'm seeing here, has been cast as the voice of Black Canary in the upcoming Lego Batman game. So she's the voice of Black Canary. So you got Monique for Amanda Waller and you got Jennifer Hudson for the Black Canary. Okay? Right? Oh, that sounds good. With GeForce Now, okay? LG TV owners to get 4K 120 frames game streaming on GeForce Now. No extra device needed. Oh, there's that. Okay. There is that. Whether that's true or not, we have yet to see. Okay, we have. But yeah. What else I got? Yeah, I think that's it right here. For the news. There's new NBA 2K26 footage. The game looks good, bro. I don't know, man. Looks good. Okay, I think that's about it, people. All right, cool. Don't get fooled. Yeah, we still gotta wait and see. At the end of the day, oh, we gotta wait and see to see if it's real or not. But it's all good. It's all good. Black Myth Wukong. I'm still waiting for the DLC. Right. I don't know what's going on. They did say that they're still continuing the journey to the west. I don't know what that means. Whether it's gonna come after this game releases or prior to it. August 20th has now passed. We know that they like to announce things on the 20th of August. So what does that mean? Like, are we gonna have to wait 2026 August 20th to get that announcement? I don't know. I hope not. But we gotta wait and see. This is gonna be incredible. This game is gonna be incredible. I can't wait. I can't wait. He deals with like evil spirits and things like that. So he's gonna have a whole different type of enemies to deal with. No, he deals more with like the spiritual world. Wukong deals with more realistic. He's up above, let's say, and this guy deals with them like when they're dead. Oh, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Oh yeah, for sure. If Wukong didn't get Game of the Year, you know I'm gonna vouch for that one too, for the new one to get Game of the Year. I'm gonna do another run through also with Wukong on PC. I gotta play it on PC. I platinumed it on PlayStation. I got the platinum for Black Myth. So but yeah, I want to enjoy it more, because I had to play it on the base PS5. I had to play it on performance mode. It looked horrible. I told you, like it looked crazy ugly, bro. But I want to actually enjoy the experience. I want it to look good as I'm playing it, things like that. So it should be a different experience when I. Yeah, plus they know what they're doing now. Yeah, exactly. That was their first game, bro. So they said it too, that they learn from their mistakes and things like that. They're looking to apply that into the next game. So it should be a much better game. No, way more polished. Things like that. So I can't wait. There's a lot of games coming out, bro. A lot of games coming out. But I hope that it slows down a little, because I do want to catch up on other games. I want to run through that game. I want to do a playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2. I want to do a run through of that game. I want to do a run through of Baldur's Gate 3. I want to do a run through of that game. I'm trying to play different games, right? I want to play Baldur's Gate 3 at some point. get that experience. And there's a few other ones there that I forgot. I gotta look. But yeah. I've been playing Prince of Persia Rogue. That game is addicting, bro. The thing about the Prince of Persia game is you gotta get used to the wall running, because that's such a what you call it, a new dynamic to that type of game. And you gotta remember to use the wall running. So it's just a combination of the controller that you gotta get used. Once you get the hang of it, it's fire, bro. It's fire. I was playing it yesterday for a while. Fire. I was playing that game. What else? The Witcher 3. Yes. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. So I want to play. I'm trying to do a gameplay of Red Dead Redemption 2, The Witcher 3, Baldur's Gate 3. I want to try Path of Exile 2. That's another game that I want to try it. I did try Diablo 4. I didn't like it. Diablo 4 looks plain. It looks like bland, right? I didn't like it. Path of Exile 2 looks like the superior version of that style of game to Diablo. It looks way better than Diablo 4. So I want to play that game. I want to at least experience it, how it is. So those games I got lined up in the backlog. That's why I'm hoping like it kind of slows down with these game releases, because there's a lot. A lot, bro. Know what I'm saying? I want to get to Mafia, the Old Country, at some point. Trying to get to that. Oh, there's a lot of things I want to do. It's hard with all. Let's see what happens. Nasty word. Yeah, I think that's it for the. There's no more questions, comments, concerns. We about to wrap it up, people. About to wrap it up, okay? Mike, what's good though, bro? What you up to, bro? And some people didn't buy Death Stranding 2 and like the first game. Yeah, it's a niche game, bro. It's a niche game. Listen, man. It is what it is, you know? Like, these are titles that PlayStation is supposed to be bringing to their fan base. And it's a Kojima game at the end of the day. You know, it's a Kojima game. So there's two sides to it. There's two sides to that, bro. No, it's but I thought this is what y'all wanted. And then there's I don't like that game though. It's like, which side you trying to see it from? The business side of it from PlayStation, or the consumer side of it as, I don't like that game though. I'm waiting for something else. Either way you look at it, this is how business decisions are being made. With decisions like that. Borderlands 4 is the #1 premium video game on Steam. There's still 3 weeks from launch. Crazy. Borderlands 4 is gonna be big, man. Borderlands 4 is gonna be big, man. But yeah, you know what I think I'm gonna do, Mike? I'm gonna switch up the lineup because I was actually thinking about it. Since I'm gonna run Metal Gear Solid in a couple days. By the way, I'm gonna be running that in 3 days. The game comes out on the 28th, but I'm getting the deluxe, so I'm gonna be running that game 2 days earlier. It's gonna be on 6th. Stay tuned for that. We're going live. I'm gonna be doing Snake Eater. After that, I'm gonna do you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna have time. I'm gonna do Snake Eater. I'm gonna do Lost Solar Side. Then I'm gonna do Chronos. Then I'm gonna do Hell Is Us. And after that, I'm gonna take a little time and get into Shinobi. Do Shinobi. After Shinobi, they're gonna be Borderlands 4. I forgot what other games are coming. Battlefield 6. Or I don't know. Let's see. But yeah, that's how I'm gonna do it. That's how I'm gonna do it. Arc Raiders 2. Yeah, man. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do, bro, because that's gonna be like 2 or 3 multiplayer games that I'm gonna have at once. And I know I'm not gonna have time for all 3 of them. So I'm gonna have to see what happens at the end of the day. Borderlands 4, Battlefield 6, Call of Duty's on Game Pass. So I'm gonna be playing that on Game Pass, and Arc Raiders. See what I'm saying? I'm not gonna have time for all of them. Cause I'm trying to get through some of these games. Like I said, be trying to do some new Baldur's Gate 3. You know, gotta do a stream of Red Dead Redemption 2. It's a lot of things. A lot of things. A lot of things. Let's see what happens, man. Learn about 4 games coming to PS5 from the MENA project, MENA Hero project. Red Bandits, NC's Solution, Perfect Run, and A Cat's Manor. Take a look at this real quick. Let's take a look at these games real quick. This is from PlayStation's MENA project. After this, we out of here, okay? We out of here after this. Okay? Should be good. So this is it right here. They're revealing 4 games from that MENA Hero. The first cohort of MENA Hero project games. Red Bandit, developer, Team Agenda, country, Saudi Arabia. Okay? They're right here. Red Bandit is a fast-paced. Hold on. So you could have a clear understanding, okay? So Red Bandit, it's a fast-paced robbery action game set in a hyper-capitalist age where one company rules the world through complete monopoly. In this world, a newly formed thieves organization known as the Red Bandits emerges to challenge the system and spark rebellion. You play as Stud, seasoned old thief with a stuttering condition and a mysterious past he can't fully remember. Break into the company's fortified floors, take down the powerful board of directors, bring back a demonopolized world order. With a dynamic cover system, evolving heists, and a vibrant comrades hideout, Red Bandit blends fast, stylish action with a deeply personal story of rebellion, making its way over to PS5 and PC. Okay? So that's that one. Then we get this one here. NC Solution, developer Dark Emerald, country United Arab Emirates. That game. Exiled by human centuries ago, Aeons are confined to the desolate underground. Their village is safe, but beyond the gates, danger lurks at every corner. Not everyone can be trusted. No one has left the village before except for Jiwei. Inspired by techno dystopian aesthetics, NC Solution is a hand-painted 2.5D narrative platformer following the story of Jiwei, young Aeon venturing out into the unknown in an attempt to save dearest friends. Stumbling upon NC, a lost cyclopedic robot who finds himself far from home, to form an unusual bond to set out together to the surface of planet Regalia. Play through 40 plus levels with increasing difficulty and explore uncharted territory. Find collectibles and uncover the secrets they carry about the world and its odd inhabitants. Keep an eye out for hidden levels. Challenge yourself to think outside the box. You find your solution on PS5 and that game. That's like a 2.5 platformer, okay? Now we got this one. Oh, they got a trailer for it. Hold up. See this. Got a trailer for this. The official logo right there. I've seen this before. That's the official logo for the MENA Hero project. Okay. That's along with the China Hero when we see China Hero, and then we're going to have India Hero. India is another one. Okay. Look at this. Okay. Coming soon. Okay. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that one. That looks good. I kind of like the art style that they chose for it. I like the vibe. No, looks good. That's coming soon. And we got this one here. This is the perfect run. Developer is Lantern Studio Country, Tunisia. Save the world or blow it up yourself, one loop at a time. The perfect run is an action adventure RPG game where the player controls quick save. Time traveling hero caught in an epic struggle between supervillain gangs, marketed superheroes, and a powerful mega corporation for the control of the city of Rome. With 3 days to decide the fate, the players can go back in time to decide their perfect ending. They have the skill to do so. Interact with NPCs, unlock new dialogue options thanks to information collected in earlier loops. Join a faction in one route, fight them next. Spend time itself in epic battle against superpowered bosses. Collect the best upgrades before the reset. Lock the city secrets in a memorable superhero adventure. Find the perfect run on PS5 and PC. This is the art style right here. Don't have a trailer. Okay, sounds good. Sounds like a Edge of Tomorrow, like live and repeat, die and repeat type of situation. But it is an action RPG, action adventure. Okay, it's not no roguelike. And this one here, I believe, is the last one. A Cat's Manor. Developer, Happiest Dark Corner. Country, Bahrain. Bahrain. You awaken trapped in a house infested with spiders and inhabited by an eccentric family. Of your trial, tale. Discover a crudely stitched hand. No memory of who you are, how you got there. Let curiosity guide you forward. Cat's Manor is an atmospheric adventure that blends puzzles, combat crafting, rhythm-based music challenges. Your wits to escape the manor, investigate your surroundings, solve puzzles. Okay, it's gonna be some. On your way through the deadly encounters, outsmart your foes, avoid trouble. Inspect, observe, listen, feel your surroundings for clues. Immersing yourself with 3D audio and PS5 DualSense controller feature. Cover the secrets of the manor and unravel what the family is hiding, creeping its way to PS5 and PC. So that's it right there. Those are the games right there. We only got a trailer for this. Looks pretty good. We gotta wait and see the rest of them. Yeah, I want to see this one. I want to see this one got. But yeah, that's it right there. Hopefully they're good. Let's see what these people cooking up, man. Gonna wrap up the show here. Yeah, that's gonna wrap up the show here today, people. Hopefully y'all had a great time here, chilling with me at this live stream, Saturday edition. Hopefully it got some clarity into the whole Metal Gear Solid situation. You know, bunch of other stuff. Thank you to those who keep the chat alive. Goes a long way, so thank you. Thank you for those who like the like button as well. That goes a long way. Let me end this poll here. So 14 votes, got 50%. Are you still buying Metal Gear Solid 3? 50 said yes. 28 said no, and 21 said they're gonna wait for the. All right. Y'all stay tuned. I think I'm gonna go live again on Monday. Thank y'all for those who super chatted. That goes a long way, so thank y'all. But yeah, man, we up out of here, people. That being said, enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. It is your boy, the gifted one here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna catch y'all next one. I'm gone.